Hey everybody, welcome back to the next episode of Billion Damage Cards. This is a series about the Titan Takeover event, new daily game mode, where we're looking for cards that can hit at least 1 billion damage. Now, the way the event is structured and the way you get the most rewards from it is two ways, really. One, if you're a faction, or if you're in a faction that is still trying to unlock tier 5s, you want to be able to do about 5 billion damage per day with all of your energy on tier 4. So you just kind of break it down, however many energies you have, and that's how much damage that each card that you bring at it needs to do. The second thing is if you have unlocked tier 5, you want each card to do about 2 billion damage, because the platinum chest at tier 5 is 4 billion damage. So if you can get that with 2 cards, you can do a tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5, and max out the amount of hype loot coin that you get, which will be 9,500 or 500 away from doing a 10 pull every day that the Titan is active. For this episode, we're going to talk about Julius Creed. Julius Creed has been in the game for a little while now, maybe 15 months or so, and he still absolutely wrecks shop. And for this moveset, we can actually just use his feud moveset. Nothing down here really makes a lot of sense. Pyro blue, submissions, bonus damage per pyro, like what you're looking for in the $1 billion cards is either game mechanics you can abuse or ramping up your damage. And Julius Creed just ramps damage, okay? So we're going to use the military press power slam, 840k damage and juice 4 rows to make into multiplied gems of strength 9. The short arm clothesline to deal 578,000 damage and increase your purple gem damage by 150% for 1 turn. And then deal 60k damage and make 30 trap gems into purple. And then the sliding lariat, deal 455,000 damage, make 20 random gems into trap gems. Broken by your opponent, deal 300k damage and increase your purple gem damage by 15 for 2 turns. This doesn't work in this mode, but if broken by you, deal 250,000 damage and make 3 randos into purple gems. That's what we're interested in. All right. For the entourage, now Titan is a little bit, you get tour perks. That's what I was trying to say. And since you get tour perks, you're going to get 4 MP off the rip. So you only need 2 purple to get these loaded, which will give us the opportunity to start with this loaded here as well with the entourage. So we're going to use Tech Gunther. Purple gems do 40% more damage, and purple moves start with 2 more move points. That loads your purple. And you only need Lawler. Blue moves start with 4 more MP. That gets your blue move loaded, just so you can kind of front load some damage at the start of your turn. The rest of this is going to be Zombie Brett. When he's maxed out, purple gems do 40% more damage. Multiplied gems do 60. And then Acro Dragon trap gems do 100% more damage. Moves that generate trap gems create 2 more traps. You could use any of the new zombies here. You can use purple damage here. You could use a generic multiply up zombie here. You could even probably get away with using, Nodrock, plus 2 purple, plus 2 multiplies. But this blue move is going to be not the sole focus of what we're doing here. We're just front loading damage at the very beginning of the turn. And I'll explain here in a second why. Over here on the straps, we are using the Trapiversary. It's a trap. Whenever you make 8 or more trap gems, make 8 random gems into multiplied gems of strength 8, and this is not affected by entourage. And then, like MP up entourage, like Sherry or Leo or any of the plus 2 MP, plus 2 multi coaches, it doesn't affect that. All right, they're just going to be 8 of 8. And then we are using the Thomas chest plate. Whenever you make 8 or more traps, increase your purple gem damage by 300% for a turn. And then Fury 3s, and I got 130%. There's a couple of things that you could increase this, 150%. Obviously, we do a little bit better. And then he's got a moment that I don't have. I'm not sure exactly what it does off the top of my head, but I'm sure it would help. So we're going to go against Mr. Hogan here. Now, Hogan resets the board between turn 1 and turn 2. So that's important to remember that anything that you leave laying around from turn 1 to turn 2 is going to get messed with. All right. Now, we're not too awful worried about this after the first turn, because after this, there are 15 total turns, right? 3 turns of 5. This is a 2-click operation. So if you use one different move and then click, 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 you'll be good. You'll have everything that you need. Okay. So if you don't reload this again, don't worry, it's all good. Let's track our damage here. We're at 275.46. So we're going to throw out our multis. And then the other important thing here is don't put out all 4 rows. If you put out all 4 rows, you're left with 21. You're making 22 gems. They start overriding these multis. And then your plate does weird stuff. It just gets weird. This, however, will load up everything. Every gem on the board will have something going on. And that's pretty nice. So you can look through here. Everything's got something going on. This has also triggered our Tama plate. Okay. So you get a pretty decent boost right here. And then this is going to increase purple gem damage by 150 for 1 turn. So we click that. And then everything blows up. Grab all those multis, and that's the first really good big hit that we've got. And we can see here that our purple gems are now doing 1 million per. We're going to toss this out one more time. We're going to trigger the Tama plate also one more time. We got multis everywhere. Now our purples are doing 1.45 million. Our multiplied gem is up to 12 million here, and everything's turning purple anyway, so we don't have to check any of the other damage. Even our trap gems would look pretty nice at 1,500 or 1.5 million. Now, if we reload blue, it's a happy accident, and we will probably use it because the hit is worth it, but it's no big deal if we don't. We did happen to reload those, so we are going to use it. Now, this little guy is annoying, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice one of the... This won't get a trap on it. And I think the way the math works, if I remember correctly, everything's going to get covered up with either a trap or a multiply gem, except for that little guy. And that little guy would be a multiply gem. The multipliers from Trapiversaries kind of refuse to overwrite anything else. Oh, look, I've got one extra there too. Interesting. It was a pretty decent hit. And we didn't reload blues, and that may turn around and make things a little complicated for us. Ideally, we get a refill here. Now, a part of the tour perks is every 3 match that we make, we get extra MP, kind of like there's a built-in Hollywood Hogan. That did not seem to happen this time, though. So, at this point, since we're not reloaded, it no longer becomes useful. Well, I guess if we reload right here, it would become useful. Oh, and we did. Look at that. Oh, no, we didn't. All right. Well. Whalp? And then this will be the last of the big damage turns. From here, the only thing that we can do is hope to find a purple swipe, which we can't. And the only swipe we really have is either this green or this black. I'm going to take the green. Yeah, I'm going to take the green. It leaves us at 1.81 billion. All right. I have run this several times, and I have ranged anywhere between 1.78 and 1.95 billion. If you put a little bit better of a strap, or if you max out his levels, anything like that, you're going to crack that 2 billion range. Making Julius very useful for Sunday Titan tours, so you can get 2 billion when technicians are required, and he will be perfectly usable in any as position 2 for any of the days. So there we go. Julius Creed is a 1,000,000 damage card. If you've learned anything today, if you've been entertained by anything today, or if you just happen to like the sound of my voice, do me a favor, click like, click subscribe, share to your faction mates for sure, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.